All right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're here, we're live, we're taking your questions, so get them in the chat box wherever they show up. Super chats, get a spin of the wheel. Don't forget, bonus live stream this Sunday night, 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you will be able to get 2 streams this week instead of 1. Hopefully you checked out yesterday's top 5 unwritten rules of the terrain park, as well as checked out the Ride Peace Seeker review today, the LibTech Golden Orca review yesterday. So, yeah, anyways, got that stuff going on. Got some more things in the works for you guys. Hopefully you guys also checked out the trashed boot video for how much abuse does a boot take in a typical 100+ day season. That was pretty cool. I've got one coming out for bindings, boards, outerwear, and accessories for you guys. I think I'm going to drop those every Tuesday. So, yeah. Anyways. All right. Got this question from Brandon. I keep seeing ads for Roanoke claiming they are back. They left. No, they want you to think they left and that you needed them. And so they came back. Anyway, sorry. Got a new rep that is doing yes and now, so we're trying to orchestrate how to get stuff to me in the future since he doesn't live in Colorado. He's in Utah. So but good dude, Dave Faircloth, stoked for him to be doing yes and now plus 32. So he's gonna see some cool things coming. Okay. Tanky, binding recommendations for the Arbor Satori. So I think you want like a katana on there. That board, when I actually wrote it. I just didn't do a review of it because I didn't feel I got enough time on it, but I got about 5-6 laps at Loveland on it. So I think like a katana, if you're doing arbor bindings, I think like, what is it? It's the Cypress. Is that the mid-stiff? Whatever the mid-stiff one is. Because it's not the Sequoia, because that's the women's one. But that, I think, like Union Strata would be a good match. Maybe even the new Ultra on there. A Lean AT might be a little underperforming from K2. So you might want to bump that up to a Formula. So, yeah. And I apologize now if I'm a little out of it. I've been up since 1 a.m. for some reason because I couldn't sleep. So, yeah. Anyways, let's see what else we got here. Okay, we got Nick. What are your thoughts on the Nitro Quiver POW? Who would it suit versus a Fin Twin? And do you think you'll review a POW soon? Cheers. I could have sworn I wrote a POW and I did a review of it, but evidently I can't find it. But I could have sworn I had one and I wrote it. So this is like blowing my mind because I know I fucking wrote it at some point, but I can't find it. So the POW is kind of like the same guy that would get a sushi, where the Fin Twin, they all kind of overlap. It's like this weird thing where they do like you're splitting hairs on everything. I mean, personally, I'd probably ride a POW if I rode a flatter mountain with tighter trees. Just it's going to keep your speed up on there, but that would be me. So, all right. Okay, we got Hilux Shred TRD Pro. What size should I go with a Peace Seeker at 190 pounds, 5'10", and a size a 9.5 boot? Get the 151. I don't think the 47 is what you want. I think the 47 will be a little underperforming, but the 51, you're kind of on the cusp with both of those. So let's put it this way. If you're more aggressive, go with the 51. If you're less aggressive with it and you want it to be a little easier to turn, then go with the 47. That would be ideal with that. Okay. Kier Copeland. Hey, dude, loving the content. Trying to decide my deck for next season. It's between the Solomon Huck Knife Pro or the Ride Algorithm. I'm quite a hard-charging rider that loves a booter and hard carving. Thanks. Because you like hard carving, the side cut on the Ride is better. And it has more power when it's on edge than the Solomon. The Solomon's got that straight radius that's like boom, then it kinks. It does not grip. If you get in firmer, icier snow, it does not have the grip that the Ride will. I think the Ride will hold a better edge, and it's going to have more power out of that tail when you really, really push it. So, yeah, that's what I would do that. Also, it snowed here last night up high. which was really cool to see this morning when I was taking the dog out. I was like, oh shit, it did snow. So, kind of see it up there in the mountains. But yeah, it snowed a little bit. I mean, it's already all melted off, but that's a start. It's getting colder, so all right. All right, we got Sylvia's are cool. They are. They're actually really cool. JDM. Just picked up a 148 centimeter sleepwalker and I'm 165 pounds with a size 9.5 boot. And I also ride it bare. I know I'm out of the weight class, but am I too big for the 48? Where it'll be effective? No, you're riding bare. Like, of all places, you can ride a smaller board and bare and get away with it, especially if you're hitting jibs. Just understand you're going to flex it more. It's not going to have the same amount of pop that it would if you had gone up to the next size up for you. And it just won't have as much edge hold. So you're fine. Don't sweat it. Okay. The Blackthorn. Going into my first season snowboarding, I've skied since I was a kid. I have 2 season passes, so assuming I snowboard 75 plus days, what would be the best board to learn and progress on? Rome Warden, Jones Frontier. I would look at a Rosinal Jigsaw, a Solomon Craft, and I think that gives you 4 very, very, very solid options to learn from right there. Okay, we got first super chat of the day from item 9. Angry live stream equals a week closer to shred season. Frig, man, they were firing up and testing the guns this week at Loveland and A Basin. So we were like getting there. Ooh, pick a random person and they get a spin. Okay. We'll go with this one from MC Ruers. Been looking for the right binding for a freestyle powder board. I've narrowed it down to either the Jones Orion or the Solomon District HPS. Would you be able to give me some pros and cons of both? The Jones Orion straps are kind of blah. Cool thing you do get with it, Skate Tech. Straps leave a little bit more to be desired. The District HPS, which that does have the soft heel cup, if I remember correctly. So you're going to get more ankle movement in there. You're not going to get as much lateral power as you would with the Jones in it. Basically, you don't feel the high back on those ones either. I think the straps are better on the Solomons in there. It's kind of just. Do I have a set of districts sitting? I think I have a set of districts sitting there. 1 second. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The District HPS does have the soft heel cup in there. I forgot it's got the, what is that, shadow fit? Whatever they're calling it these days. So you're going to get more ankle movement. You're going to lose any lateral power out of that, which is great when you're in fresh snow. It's going to be a little more slashy and stuff, and you can really over exaggerate your turns. The second you hit a groomer, just not going to have as much power. That's kind of the give or the take with either of those. Also, if you're just tuning in, you haven't answered the poll. We got a poll going on over in the chat. So, feel free to answer that. Super chats get a spin of the wheel. No big prizes this week, but, we're getting there. All right. Okay. Konstantinos Chronopoulos. Hey, Avran. I weigh 162 pounds and I'm a size 10 boot with both my hands. What size super DOA do you think would be better for me? Thanks, bud. I think you want the 55 on that. I think 50. Well, here's the way I'd look at it. 55 if you're going for more freestyle. 57 if you're looking for something that's going to be more all mountain versatile and give you better float if you're going in POW. That's the way I would look at it. Okay. Let's see. We got Andrew Lewis. Hey, Avran, want to upgrade to a beefier all-mountain ripper, something that will boost off everything, stomp landings, and can excel in powder. Looking at the Kapitakazu, Mega Merc, and Black Snowboard of Death. Best fit? So they're all super solid, but because you're looking at powder, I would go in this order. Kazu, Black Snowboard of Death, Mercury. And here's why. The Kazu is going to be stiff. It's got camber. It's aggressive, but that shape is good in POW. And you are going to just be able to just crater into a landing and ride out. Then that's where the Black Snowboard of Death comes in next. And finally, the Mega Merc, which, and that's the logical progression of the flex. So it's Kazu, Black Snowboard to Death, Mega Merc, like that. Although if you're looking for liveliness, the way I would look at it would be Mega Merc, Kazu, and Black Snowboard to Death are kind of interchangeable there. Okay, Rod Kings. How does the Telus Backslash compare to the Ride Piece Seeker? Softer nose, so you get more chatter in the nose. Different side cut. Like the Piece Seeker is more abrupt when it rolls from edge to edge and the power that it puts in and down, whereas the Telus is a little more delayed and all the power literally comes from inside the back foot through the tail, whereas the Piece Seeker, all the power out of the turn that you feel is directly underfoot and then out of the tail in there. I mean, if you're looking to do more hard carves and lay more trenches, Piece Seeker. You're looking for something that's a little more versatile. It's going to be a little bit better if you get into tight trees and you can ride POW with it a little easier. That's where the Backslash comes in. All right. We got a super chat from Adam Lowe. Binding for my 173 Ape. Rides won't adjust far enough to the heel side, leaving me with toe overhang, size 14 boot. Check out. So I would check out Union. I would for 73 Atlas Pro probably is where you really want to be with that. Then you can adjust the heel cup or the bent metals. But I would look at the Solution might be overkill. That's a really stiff binding. So go down to the Core Pro instead. And those would be the two big ones that I would look at, because they should be able to fit that 14 the best. Okay. Adam Raz. Oh, we got to give a spin here, too. Getting ahead of myself. Once again, didn't sleep last night. Ooh, fire cures all. Fire cures all. Okay. We got Adam Rossiter. Rice in a sock or the 80s hair dryer method for the best results. Heat molding at home. About to do a pair of high standard OGs for myself and my lady. Thanks, Avran. Go with the rice in the sock in the oven and heat it up and then throw it in because you're in the standard OGs. But don't heat it as long as you think, because the foam in that liner breaks down faster because it's the OG, the standard OG. So it's a really soft boot to begin with. So only heat the sock or put the sock with the rice in there for about 5 minutes max, maybe 6. And then remember, when you tighten them down, you want to board under the toe to elevate the toe so it sinks back into the heel bucket. Make sure the boot is tied up tight. You want that nice and tight. And then bend your knee over your toe. So you want your knee to come out over your toe and hold that position. And that should give you the best fit for that. Anthony Hawking, forgive me for I've used the rail lip to jump. Sinner. I usually do that just to piss off kids because they're taking things a little too seriously. But I always make sure that, like, after I do that, I tap the side of the rail and revert around and spin. Okay. Item 9. Good to throw the Union Flights on the 22 Slush Slasher or the Union Stratus. I think the Flights are a better matchup now. Oh, wait, 22. That's still the flat to rocker. I'm sorry. Go with the Stratos on that. All right. We got one here from Bio. Hey, Avram, what kind of exercises do you recommend to get ready for the season? So you want to build up your core, your quads, your glutes, your calves. You want to hit the exercise bike to build stamina and just keep a steady rate and do about a half hour on that as well. And make sure if you got like any loose joints or anything, you're not doing the heaviest weights. You're doing a solid weight ratio to you with just more repetition to just tighten everything up. But remember to also stretch because you want that flexibility. You don't want to just become one of these meatheads that has no flexibility as well. Okay, we got Jereb Hutzma. As an intermediate rider progressing into advanced riding skills, carving, butters, 180s, 360s, I'm doubting between the Solomon Assassin Craft Standard on Ink and older Jones Mountain Twin. What would you recommend? Well, you kind of want like that versatility of all mountain use on there. So I would nix the craft. It's probably just going to be too soft for you in the long run, just because you're going from intermediate to advanced. You're really trying to do it. The standard on ink is cool and all. And don't get me wrong, it's a great all mountain freestyle board, but it's probably too much for the level you're at. You actually want to look at the basic on ink, just a standard cambered old school snowboard. That's going to work. That older Jones Mountain Twin, that's solid. The new Assassin they redid. Was the Assassin or the Huck Knife? No, that was the Huck Knife. But the Assassin will work for you. The only thing you got to know is when you're carving that side cut, if you hit firmer, icier snow, it will not grip as well as that older Jones Mountain Twin or even that basic on ink that I recommended for you. All right. Okay. Justin Couture, hey, Avran, thanks for all the great content over the years. I always check your reviews. Wondering if you tried the Signal RT 395, the Route 395 yet. I'm the 155-pound guy from the East Coast. That one I did not get. I know that for a fact. Also, if you guys are looking for some content to watch, the Stoke on snowboarding, check out the mystery link of the week. It's down in the product description. All right. We got one here from Noodles. What is a good Rad Dad board that can charge and hit trees when available? No park and very little powder. So it sounds like you kind of just want like an all mountain free ride board that's a little bit on the stiffer side. So, and still be able to handle trees. So it's like not super stiff. So that's like your Ride Berserkers, your Capita Black Snowboard to Death to an extent. You could even do a Mercury or a Mega Merc. It really comes down to what flex you want in that. If you go with Capita, if you did, let's see, I'm trying to think what else. If you did Rosnell, you'd probably want like the one mag. If you're looking at Yes, that standard on ink, solid. Regular standard, also super solid for that. Even the DCP pick your line on ink would be good. So there's a plethora of options. I'm working on some more top fives for you guys. The reason you guys actually got the park, the unwritten rules of the park video, that I filmed that like 4 months ago, 3-4 months ago. And that's been sitting finished along with like 80 other videos. I didn't get a chance to film anything this week. It's just been kind of busy with other things. Okay, we got Jason Alba with the super chat here. Right in Germany this year, ever been? If so, any tips? If not, keep doing you. Never been. I assume you mean you're going up to like Bavaria and the Austria border. But I really have no tips for that. Like the only place out of the country I've ridden was Whistler and Blackcomb. So, and I'm going to be keeping it local this year. And remember to ollie those slow signs, people. All right. We got a super chat from Konstantinos Chronopoulos. You rock, buddy. Thanks for sharing the knowledge. Somebody's got to, because there's a lot of people out there giving shitty ass of knowledge and advice. Oh my god. Oof, lose a turn. Ugh. All right, Nate, with the Battalion Goliath or the Rome National is an all-around deck for side hits, medium jumps, rail and turns, buttering, etc. Have a Stalefish for pow and a powder racer for super deep days. I'm a personal fan of the National over the Goliath. Like, I don't like the flex pattern on the Goliath as much. Plus 3BT kind of changes the dynamic of how you turn on it, whereas that National like has really good pop and snap out of a turn from the rods in it, and that translates to how it's going to pop off a jump as well. So for me, I would go with the Rome National. That's kind of me. All right, we got one from Hilux Shred TRD Pro. Do you ever shred with Tommy B? Yeah, we rode a bunch this winter. Actually, him and some of the other people he coaches with and stuff. Like, we just run into each other randomly. Actually, stopped over to see him the other day right after he got out of surgery. Dropped a lasagna off for him. So, all right. Okay, we got RJ Gould with a PSA to remind people that Jonathan Buckhouse and Kevin Pierce from Snowboard Pro Camp are kooks. This is very, very factual. Very factual. It was funny. Someone left a comment that was like, you should do a top 5 secret pow stashes of A Basin. And I was like, well, one, I'm not Jimmy Fuckhouse, TJ, or Kevin. I won't blow out a secret pow stash, because the second you blow a secret pow stash out, it's not a secret anymore. You put it on the internet, people are going to know about it. I showed, when I still rode Breckenridge, I showed one person, one of the greatest spots to get fresh pow days after a storm, loop it around, hit a little pow kicker, come back in and smash some trees, and then cut right back out. It was a great free ride run. Showed one person, one fucking person. And they promptly showed like 20 people that shouldn't have done it. And it got to the point where I'd like, first thing in the morning, I'd show up and be like, how the fuck is this blown out? It hasn't been blown out for years. Like, no, you don't ever blow out your secret pow stashes, ever. That's, we got Michael Kulig with the super chat. Love Todd Richards' post of it snowing at Copper Mountain. RIP to Adam Merriman. Yeah, Adam Merriman, Vail local, rode for Lamar and a few other brands. Was the only guy on the Tech 9 hat team back in the day, FlexFit hats, because he couldn't be on the bindings because he had too many other sponsors, but he tragically passed this week. My first snowboard was actually an Adam Merriman Pro model with Moro low back bindings. So I went looking for it online last night just to see if I could find photos of it. Didn't find the size and the color, but I did find it and was like, oh, yeah. Thing was like, the core was like that thick in that thing. It was at 157, full camber. Took so much work to press that thing. I bought it used for $250. But yeah, but that was the first board that got me really into snowboarding. So yeah. All right, remember to ollie slow signs, people. Okay, Robert Fowler. Any tips for choosing the right arch support and ankle hold for the 32 Elite liner? So the Elite liner with the footbed, it should have the pieces in there to change the arch support in there. So you can actually, what I would do is take the footbed out, and then you have, I think there's 5 different arch supports, or there used to be. It might be 3 now. And what you do is stand on the arch support, flat foot, on the ground, and see, and then you can just swap it out and see if you're going to run that footbed, because it is one of the better stock insoles. Personally, I would just rip the damn thing out and throw it away and put like a Remind, Shred Soles, FP, something like that in there. That's what I would do in there. As far as the actual like liner fit, make sure the boot fits you. Like I see people, they're like, I want this liner, I want this boot, and then their foot's too narrow and it slops around in there. So, as I always say, the best boot is the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. Remember to spray some skiers too. Okay, Bry guy, is there anything you look for, check to make sure a jump feature is built correctly? Yeah, man, I don't fucking blind hit anything anymore at my age. I'm getting too old for that shit. So what I try to do is, there's always someone stupid enough to hit the jump first thing in the morning that probably shouldn't be in the park, but they haven't hurt themselves yet. Let them gauge the speed for you. Just watch and see how many speed checks they do and if they can pop and make it. And then when you go up, like, you always want to sit off to the side of the knuckle, not right behind the lip. Like, if this is the lip, you don't go here, you're over here. So you're offset on it. So you're at the edge of the knuckle. And what you do is you watch people hit it, and you see how if they're popping or if it's just throwing them, and that'll get you there. Same thing with like rails. Copper has this weird habit now of making lips with rails hidden behind them, which is fucking skier bullshit. So I always like to just roll up next to it and go past the lip and look and see how much of a drop it is, how far the gap is, and stuff. There's nothing wrong with taking a safety run through the park just to check everything and be like, okay, this looks good, that looks good. If you're hitting a lot of boxes, one of the things I do is I'll ride up next to it and just put my hand flat and kind of push on it, because if you push the Lexan down, if it's done right, no screw should pop up. If it's done bad, that screw head's going to pop up. You're going to have a bad time if you do that. So, okay. Stuff I find interesting. Should I get new inserts? SP since knee surgery. Yeah, you've had knee surgery. You're coming back. Your body has changed. Your feet have changed. All new inserts for sure. You really want to do that just to dial in everything on your ride. Remember to click the cultural link down in the product description of this video. Adam Lowe, Nidecker makes a binding for size 11 to 14. Seems like it's probably the biggest binding. Doesn't have an adjustable heel cup. That's the problem. It doesn't. So, like, it's designed around their boots too. So, I think that they get really tight at a 13 with them. Like, their bindings, it's just the way that they fit. Okay. We got Invasion. Avran, what size would you recommend for the ride? Peace Seeker, I'm 160 pounds and a size 9 boot. Also, what about hitting power with it? It's not going to be, like, I know the shape looks like it should be a fucking powder board. It is very stiff. It is very aggressive. It is not going to be like other volume shifted powder boards. You will be throwing your weight in it. That board will fucking own you in tight trees if you're not paying attention. That thing is a bank slalom groomer killer. That's what it is. And being that you're 160 pounds with a size 9 boot, biggest size 47 for if you really want to charge hard. You can even get away with going down to the next size underneath that. All right. Whew. All right, we got Brandon asking, binding recommendations for a K2 overboard. I'm a surfy charging rider already. So if you stick with K2, you want to go with the lean AT, and you can just kind of adjust the pods in there if you need to. Otherwise, I would probably look at the new Union Ultra because you say you want to charge but still be surfy because it sits on that pod system as well. You can do a Strata. If you want a little more power or a little less features, it's not more power. It's just a little bit of a different feel. You could do the lineup from K2 to an extent. I would also look at like the Battalion Astro ASIM, not the full wrap, but the ASIM, because it's going to let you leverage your weight on the outside, but it's got a thicker pad in it and a thicker strap than the Rome counterparts to it. So you can put more power into it, especially when you're driving that huge beast of a deck. Okay. Cameron Wilhelm, Avran, what would be your top 3 boards for riding trees? Rosnell, sashimi, or sushi? It's kind of interchangeable. I'd probably go with the sashimi, just a little bit narrower, a little bit longer. Gives you a little more power to push off the tail if you need to. Telus, Backslash, and why am I brain farting on what I wanted to recommend next? But I would maybe consider like the Endeavor Maverick, which is the non-swallowtail version of the archetype. So you get that more traditional shape, but you get the hover camber. So you can push off the camber, elevate the nose, and kind of just push your way through the pump track. Those would be 3 that I would really look at. All right. Where were we? Bouncing around here. Okay. Okay. Okay, we got one here from Steve K. 2 questions. 1, is the week after Thanksgiving weekend a very busy resort time at Summit County Resorts? That's what we call like peasant Thanksgiving, because they typically discount rooms. So they raise the rates for Thanksgiving weekend, then the week after they discount it. You get everyone that couldn't afford to be here for Thanksgiving week coming. So you get a lot of Midwest families and people that like coming from the cities that are single or whatever. It's not as busy as Thanksgiving week unless there's no snow. If there's no snow, you're fucked. But if there's like good snowfall and a lot of the resorts open, it's not as busy because they're dispersed. So you kind of have to be aware of that. And two, is it a safe bet to plan a trip to a basin in the middle of October? Will there be snow? I mean, last week they sent me the email and said for potentially 40 days to snowmaking. If you want to come ride the white ribbon of death, that's on you. I would not travel to go ride a basin in October. Like, I live 16 miles away. Some days I'm like, is it even really worth it? No. So I would not do that. I would save your days for later in the season. Okay. We got Henry Tiansu. Been looking for a board that can handle a little bit of everything considering the yes standard. Would you recommend the 56 or 59 or some different board for an intermediate rider, 5'11", 210 pounds, 11.5 boot? You want the 59 at 210 pounds, and that's going to be the well balanced unless you're riding a super small resort. If you're riding like under 750 feet of vertical, then yeah, you could get away with the 56. If you want something that's kind of comparable to that, I would look at the Roanoke 1. That's a good solid one, or even like a resurgence from them. You got that 11.5 boot at 210 pounds. You could do a Rome Agent wide, which I think comes in a 57 wide. So it's kind of like between that 56 and that 59. That would work for you. And I'm also going to throw the Ride Shadow Band in there as well. Okay. I wish it was a grapefruit. Did they change the side cut on the Huck knife? You just started talking about it. Now I'm curious. Not the side cut. The Huck knife and Huck Knife Pro got the carbon array. Basically, the Assassin carbon arrays moved over. So there's more carbon in the Huck Knife and Huck Knife Pro this year. So, yeah. All right. We got Jerub Hutzma with the super chat. Thanks, dude. Yeah, dude, thanks for tuning in. Glad I could answer your question. Oh, well. Jerub, you just won yourself a small sticker pack. Email me info@angrysnowboarder.com with your mailing address, and I will get that in the mail to you. I got a few that have to go out here in the next day or so, I'll be sending out a bunch of bulk. And I just spent 2+ hours watching Night Court and weeding vinyl stickers to make new die cuts. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Overmost Head, how did you feel about Whistler Blackcomb? Was it a Vail resort when you went? No, it was an Intrawest resort. That's how long ago that was. It was a cool mountain up on the top. When I went in the spring, I went for, I think it was during the Telus Ski and Snow Festival. It was weird, like riding. We actually downloaded the one day because it was raining below us. And I was like, I don't want to fucking deal with this. I'm just going to, and it was weird. It was like raining in the middle. So it was smashing like super light pow. It was awesome, which was surprising for Whistler. And then you get to the mid mountain and we'd go up and ride. And then we made one lap through it down and you'd go and then it would just hit this cloud and it was raining. And then I guess it was super warm at the bottom. And we just decided to say, fuck it, go up and ride the gondola back down at the end of the day. Mountain's cool. It's got sick ass terrain, just Vail's piss poor management, just ruining it for everyone. So yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. Ollie Brown, Rider churning out some really good stuff at the moment. Are they the best out there currently? Ride K2 are killing it, in my opinion. I hate putting the label of it's the best brand because we've gotten to a point in snowboarding now where to make a bad product, you have to be a fucking idiot. Like, there's stuff that's mismarketed. I'm not going to deny that. And when I ride it, I was like, no, this is mismarketed, but this is who it's actually for. But for who that person's for, it's great. But to make a shitty ass snowboard, you have to go out of your way to try to do it now. And you see it with like the D and E and F team boards, as I call it. So it's like your Gilsons and shit like that. Never Summer, all that shit. Like they go out of their way to just do stupid shit. But you look at like the bigger brands, like your Burton, your Rod, your K2, Rome, Nidecker, Battalion, yes, Arbor, all that shit. They're making really solid stuff. But putting the best label on it, I think Ride right now currently is making some of the best boards they've made in the last few years. And it's cool to see what they're doing for sure. Okay. Christian Meza, what's a good snowboarding travel bag with wheels? You want the Dakine High Roller. It's padded, it's not super heavy, and it's got wheels. That's like the standard for sure. All right. Chris Eggle, curious how much powder, backcountry, park, etc. you divide your riding between. 150 days a year, I imagine you are riding whatever's best the day, and so a lot of park. You ever go catboarding or heliboarding? I haven't been catboarding in a while. Like a while. I need to get over to Loveland or up to Ski Cooper for that. As far as heliing goes, I haven't done that. Mainly because I couldn't afford it. Now I can. But with 150 days, like everyone just assumes I'm riding a shit ton of park. It's not. Like most of it, I'm just out free riding, cruising the mountain, hitting side hits. I know where there's POW stashes like a week after a storm. I can go make a couple POW turns, do what I need to do. I might cut through the lap or cut through the park, make 3 or 4 laps through there in a day. But I pretty much ride the whole mountain. But this like, and then as far as backcountry goes, I don't own a split board. I got rid of my Beacon, Shovel, and Probe because I don't trust the fucking idiots that live in this county. Because you get idiots that follow Jimmy Fuckhouse and TJ and shit that don't know what they're doing. They're just going to go fucking gung-ho out, fucking hike out in the backcountry and kill someone or themselves. And, I might do some slack country and like access a gate out the resort. It's not backcountry. It's like I can see the fucking resort. I can loop right back in if I need to. But I keep that shit pretty mellow. But, I ride about 4 hours a day, maybe 6 if I'm really pushing it. But most days it's 4 hours. And that's plenty of time to get done what I need to do and just ride for myself if I want to. So that 150 days, I keep saying every year I'm going to ride less because my body hates me. And then I end up riding the same or more. Okay. Derek T. Havren, given that Japan is opening on the horizon, are you going to go on your Japan trip in the near future? I got to put that on hold because I'm trying to buy a house right now. And I'm fighting with corporations that are trying to buy up everything up here to make them clerkless hotel Airbnbs, which thank God there's a moratorium on Airbnb licenses. But yeah, so for me, my priority right now is 100% getting a house. After that, then I can figure out trips, but that's where I want to be, is finding that house. So yeah. Ooh, got one here from Aaron Barella. How deep is too deep of a core shot? When the core comes through the top sheet, or it's separated the seams of the core, then that's too deep. Steve Black, I saw a few shows ago you were worried about Forum being ran by some money-hungry guy with no snowboarding knowledge. Do you feel better about Forum now after seeing Mac Dog on the bumhole? No, I don't. Because Schoonover, the guy that funded it, the trademark troll, has still got his hand in it. I do not trust that sleazy-ass motherfucker. And I guess he's running for state Congress or something in California. The guy is a fucking scumbag. I do not trust him. I trust Jeremy. I trust Mac Dog. I trust Peter. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at this going, this guy's going to let them build it up and then pull the rug out from underneath them. I do not trust that motherfucker at all. Yeah, the boards are made at Capita, so at least they're coming out of a good factory now. But in 2-3 years, are they still going to be doing that? I don't trust this guy at all. I looked at what he did to Special Blend and Foursquare. I can't trust that guy. He's a trademark troll. The guy owns like 280 trademarks from what I could find. Just multiple pages of dead trademarks. Like he owns alphanumeric. You go through his list, he owns like soup label stuff. Shit doesn't make sense what he owns. And most of the stuff, if he bought it, he basically puts it on Amazon until he can't make a profit off of it anymore, and then he's done with it. Like, I don't trust it. I want to trust Mac Dog and Peter and Jeremy, and I'd love to see JP. I would love to see him do something like that. But at the same time, they're coming back 10 years with a brand that the guy that's financing it, the guy that got it, is a scumfuck. I don't trust it. I don't. And it's sad for me to say, but I value those guys' opinions and everything they've done in snowboarding. But I just feel like they're getting played. And I could be wrong. And I have no problem admitting I'm wrong in 2-3 years and they're thriving and that brand's fucking killing it. But right now I'm watching it going, I don't trust this. And I think people's nostalgia is running big. The guy got the trademark the same way Jib Hunt got the trademark for Kemper. It's the same, I mean, Blaze is bringing back M3. Joyride is back. There's like all these nostalgia brands, but are they actually bringing anything to the fucking table? Nostalgia is cool because you can look back with fucking rose-tinted glasses and think it's the greatest thing on fucking earth. But at the end of the day, is it really benefiting snowboarding? I don't know. I want to be proven wrong, but just so much of this, I sit there and I'm just like, I don't like the way this is going. And I don't mean the way they're running the brands and what they're trying to do. Just the fact that that motherfucker is associated with it. He reminds me so much of Lico Smith. And if you know who that is, that's the guy that started the block with Mark Frank Montoya and worked with Rob Dyrdek. That guy is a scumfuck. You look up in Lico Smith and you see all the scummy shit he's done too. I just don't trust these people. I don't. Sad. Item 9, can you explain nipple dragging carves? You got nipples. You're on your edge all the way over. Your nipples are dragging across the ground. You pop right back out of it. Nipple dragging. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's like a toe side powder boner. Okay. Okay. Ordnung Sam T. Any thoughts on the Beyond Metal clothing? Do you think that is worth buying? No, it's literally rebranded Montec and Dope Snow. It's literally rebranded Montec and Dope. Like, this is fucking absolutely hilarious to me. It's literally the same shit. Like, no, you fuck that shit. Fuck it. Like, burn that shit to the ground. So, I think it's funny that, so someone tagged me on a Dope Snow targeted ad on Instagram, and my response was, this isn't fit to be used for toilet paper. Once again, here's Dope Snow's response. Hey, if there's any feedback you'd like to give us or anything we can help with, please feel free to shoot us a DM. And I was like, why would I help you? Your bad choices have led you to where you are now. Tearing apart your $179 pant and seeing how bad they are just shows you don't care. You're reaching out constantly every time I post a meme, talk down about your product, or show how lame you are, shows all you care about is social clout. The fact you feel I could give my time to your inferior brand for free shows you don't care about snowboarders or snowboarding. You want to be direct-to-consumer sales, make an inferior product, fine. But I'm not buying your Alibaba Express crap, and I have no problem calling it out for what it is. And the fact that their marketing guy has sent me DMs on Instagram to be like, hey, I'd really like to talk to you. You know how to fucking email me, man. Send me a fucking email. We'll talk if you want to pay me to consult so I can tell you how shit your garbage is. But no, the only reason they're reaching out to me, the only reason they do this is because I hurt their bottom fucking line. And that's the same thing with that Beyond Metal's bullshit. But that's going to tie into Shred Bots, and they're going to be over here and like, look at us. It's so fucking good. fucking sucking dicks. The shit is fucking whack, dude. All the weight, like people are like, oh, this has some weight to it. It's really quality shit. No, when you rip it open and you see that they heat transferred like a 3M vinyl to create the waterproofing, that the actual fabric is not impregnated with any waterproofing. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. Like, fuck those brands. Fuck Montec, fuck Dope, and fuck the Beyond Snow outerwear. And I like the Beyond Metals crew. I like what they're doing. But you know what? They should have slapped the Beyond Metals name on the Oakley outerwear for Stale. It's better fucking outerwear. Makes the most fucking sense. Okay, where were we? I'm all over the place today. I'm trying to catch up. Manfish Taka just got here, so sorry if it's already been asked. What are your thoughts about Yuki inverting his strap? That's a weird one, and I've seen people do that. I know people that ride without toe straps. It's a personal preference thing. I get his logic where he's like, you got this ratchet going down here and this one. And you look at how much he can spin. Like, there's not many people that spin as much as him, like, and as fast and as hard as him. It makes sense from a leverage standpoint. I don't think the average person needs it. I think he rides at such a higher level than we mere mortals that it kind of makes sense in something like that. I also look at it and I'm like, maybe he just needs better bindings too. So. Okay. Yaki T. If I'm in between binding size, US 10.5, is it better to go medium, large, or large X style? Boots are within both sizes. Rome Katanas, thanks. It depends on the boot. If you have so I own a set of large XL black labels, and I own 3 sets of medium/large katanas, and I'm in a 10 K2 boot, which the 10 and the 10.5 basically have the same shell length in there and the thraxis. So here's the way I look at it. You can fit in both. If you have a narrower boot, it runs shorter in there, you want to go with the medium/large, but you're going to max the heel cup out and you're going to max the settings, but it will work and it'll be fine. Like, I haven't had to fully max them to the point where it's like I'm gripping at it. It's like they're comfortable. And even when I'm in the large XL, it doesn't feel like I've got a lot of lateral play, like slop going on in there. Now, you got a bulkier boot, a deluxe, a 32, something like that, then yeah, you probably want to go with that large XL in the katana. It makes the most sense. So, yeah, okay. All right, we got Kevin with the super chat. Spin for early snow. Oh, yeah. Well, I shouldn't say early snow. We want good snow this year. We don't want like early and then nothing like that cock tease. Remember to spray skiers. Okay. All right. Bio. I bought a new 2023 Capita Outer Space to live in, and I own the Union Flight Pro bindings. Should I buy new bindings to fit the board better? Don't plan on riding park mostly groomers. No, I'd say save your money. You're good. Ooh, it's bouncing. It's possessed. Avoid the clap. Okay, we got Dubs. Want to try Ride Shadowband, but unsure the size since it's on the softer size. 6 foot, 200 pounds, size 10 Vans Infused boots. Thanks for your input. So I'd go with the 57 if you're looking for like true all mountain freestyle. If you're looking for it to be a little snappier and you want a little more edge hold, then bump up to the next size. So you go up, I think it's 59 or 60. You go there and you should be good. Okay. Mark Westman, Battalion, Party Wave Twin. Any idea if this is just an updated Magic Carpet or something new? It's a renamed Magic Carpet. So they just renamed it to Party Wave Twin because they're having success with the Party Wave. It makes sense. Like the Magic Carpet was kind of a dumb name for that board, in my opinion. Party Wave Twin, and then you got your Party Wave and your Party Wave Plus. It fits in that line. It works better that way. Okay. Chris Irvin, will the Nidecker Supermatic be a good fit for the K2 instrument? Yeah, actually it will. I think for who the instrument's for, the flex of that binding, it works. Just to understand, you're going to end up with a bigger dead spot, so the flex of that instrument isn't going to flex as much at the inserts in the nose and the tail, especially, or in between the feet. It's just going to feel a little more rigid just because you've got that wider base plate on the Supermatic. But yes, that binding will work great with the instrument. William Cleaver, when will you review a recent Rome agent? When I fucking finish editing the Rome reviews, there's 7 of them. The agent's the first one because it goes in alphabetical order. So, okay. Yeah, I already answered that. Dan K. How did Never Summer progress to the point where they thought putting 14 camber zones in a board was innovative? So I used to do product development for him, was an in-house tester and stuff. I have the literal first board with RC Tech. I do. I have it sitting under my bed. And I hold on to that as a reminder of don't ever fucking listen to these idiots. I got screwed by the brand, but that's a different story. So what happened was, for years, for the first like 2 or 3 years, I was the main product guy and there were some other people, but I was pointing to people and I was like, hey, you should bring this guy in. You should talk to this guy. Well, at the time, SierraSnowboard.com, which got bought by the house, had a forum, and they had people that were, it was basically the Reddit of snowboarding, like before Reddit snowboarding existed. So you had these fucking idiots that ride like 10 days a year trying to dictate what snowboard should be. So once again, people that snowboard, not snowboarders. And there's a bunch of them fucking idiots, like this one guy, I can't call him a kid. He's just fucking, he snowboarded like 30 days in his life, but he thought he was a fucking expert because he could answer everyone's question and regurgitate marketing spiel. He's a fucking idiot. So what it is they got into the owner's ears and they were like, oh, you should do this. Yes, 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 yes. So I think it was about year 3 with the RC Tech. They put a flat spot in the nose and the tail. So it was reverse, camber, flat spot, up kick. I could feel it. And I was like, yo, this is hooky. This feels weird. The side cut feels off. You need to get rid of this and go back. Bigger camber zone, that reverse camber thing. It's fine for what it is, you know? So what it is suddenly I went from being the guy that they listened to for everything. Because I remember having a conversation with Tim and Tracy Canada, the owners. It was the year the Skate Banana came out. We were at SIA in Vegas. And they were pointing at the Skate Banana and they asked me, they go, what do you think of the Skate Banana thing? And I looked at them and I go, from a marketing standpoint, if you don't have something that competes with this, your company will be out of business in 3 years because no one's going to give a shit. You need to have something that's maybe full reverse, maybe not, something that plays with it. So they did the RC Tech thing. And so that's how it came to be. But then you get these fucking idiots that are getting free snowboards. Well, they're not going to bite the hand that feeds them. And I'm over here like, yo, fix this shit. When I was product testing for Never Summer, I was breaking between 5 and 7 boards a season. When I stopped breaking boards. But they're quality and they're built stronger. No, they're not. The only thing that makes them stronger is they put 2 extra layers of fiberglass to compensate because they don't understand how to build anything better. I mean, none of those guys are actual engineers. They don't have engineering backgrounds. They're just people that kind of DIY'd themselves into a position where they could be that way. So you have all these idiots that don't know how to snowboard in their ear, just blah, 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 blah. So they went that route. And then we had to leave traditional camber and go to reverse, flat to rocker, everything in between to perfect camber. Like the new generation of camber coming out with a flat and it comes down, it's got a flatter section, all that stuff is some of the best in the world right now, right? So we had to leave camber to come back to camber. So everyone's coming back to camber. Well, they don't have someone like me. They've got a bunch of fucking yes men sitting around sucking their dicks trying to get their fucking free 3, 4, 5, 6 snowboards that they get a year, you know, because they're like, oh, I'm fucking sponsored. I get a free snowboard. Yeah. Who gives a fuck if you get free snowboards? Free snowboards are stupid. I get free snowboards all the time. I give them away to you guys. So these people are over there. So what they're doing is they're just embracing these people that can't ride. I mean, like literally the one dude, they took his word over mine. This is how he turns. Like fucking William the Refrigerator Perry. Just, I I assume that he's probably learned how to turn since then, but he's a fucking kook. I don't really care. And I think he's a kook. And he's not a snowboarder. He's a person that snowboards, and he ended up moving to Ohio. So fuck him. And but yeah, so they listen to these people. So they don't have someone like me that's like, yo, camber's coming back. We got to refine it. We got to do all this. C3 is an awesome example of Mervin taking banana, C2, C2X, and all that to turn it into C3. And now they've got a directional C3 and stuff. That rides so much better than like that. And they've refined it and they refined it and they refined it because they have good people that tell them what to do. You know, even when I talked to my rep and I was like, hey, if you guys refine this, and some reason stuff sometimes does, sometimes it doesn't. They don't have that. So what they do is they take, because they own the patent on RC Tech, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So they look at that and they're like, well, we've got to double down, triple down, quadruple down. And it's like a gambling addict that's shoving their credit card in the ATM machine and taking out a cash advance at 29%. Because, well, I'll just take this money out and I'll win back what I've already lost. That's where they're at. And that's what they're doing. So back in the day when they were going up against Mervin, which Mervin at the time was owned by Quicksilver, I saw the writing on the wall that I was like, if Mervin gets this trademark for the RC Tech for the reverse into camber, I was like, this will fuck the industry, even though they're not the first to do it. Never Summer's not the first. It's actually Inca Snowboards. You can look that up. They were the first one. They had what they call dual camber technology in the 90s and stuff. So anyways, I looked at that and I was like, if Quicksilver, because I saw the financial writing on the wall, I was like, they're going to spin off their brands. You know what they're going to do? They're going to look at trademarks and be like, and patents and be like, what can we sell? What can we license? How do we make our money? I saw it as a bad thing. So I had to, at the time, I went on the side of Never Summer and I told them. And after they went through their trademark thing and they got their patents and stuff. I remember sitting down with Tim and Tracy, the owners, and they were like, well, now we want to have companies license it from them. And I looked at them and I was like, that is the fucking kiss of death. If you do that, you guys will be screwed, blah, 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 blah. They're pissed about it because I know Tim would just love to license that out and collect licensing royalties from it and not give a shit because he's not a snowboarder. That dude would rather go watch MMA, drive his lifted fucking 2-wheel drive truck and drive his fucking MX bike around. All of them would. They don't care about snowboarding. Like, fuck them. But to get back to the point, they have just embraced the level of kookery as far as they can. And I think it's funny that they have the hammer, which has camber in it. And it's like, I've talked to people that have ridden it that I trust, and they're like, it's probably the best riding board they have. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's the best Never Summer. It's like being the smartest kid with Down syndrome, you know? So that's where we're at with it. Like, but they're going to, and the funny thing was they had years of like 300% growth year over year. That has stagnated now. So what do? Octuple, sectuple, camber bullshit. And I'm like, are you really fucking kidding me? It's like, no. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. All right. We got a super chat from our boy Billy Ray Valentine. R.I.P. L. Stecker's Adventures. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Come to Japan with Max and I. Spacing at the basin soon. Hi, ladies. I had a vasectomy. I need to get one of those. No baby gravy. Ooh, coming soon. Okay. All right, let's see where we got Colton Buchanan with the super. Can't believe I got stickers in Ireland. I'm too old and fat to get stoked like this. You man dig the singular. I tell you, dude, I will send stickers anywhere in the fucking world. You win a prize, I will send it. I'm not that guy that won't. Also, for anyone that wants to buy merchandise, there's a link in the description. It's angrysnowboarderstore.com. And if you're looking to hire me as your personal shopper, that as well is on angrysnowboarderstore.com. I got people emailing me, and I'm just like, I ain't got time for this. You either hire me or you're not. I literally put links in every description for everything. So, yeah. Oof. Lose a turn. Ouch. Malin Roberts, if you had a chance to fight the teenager on Evo's ads or Ryan Napton, who would you choose? I'd pick up the teenager and swing him around by his ankles and beat Napton with him. That's 2 birds with 1 stone. God, those Evo videos are so bad. And I think it's funny that their fan base got pissed when I was like, I left the comment. I was like, have you ever ridden any of these snowboards? Do you even know what you're talking about? Like, someone feed that kid a fucking cheeseburger, for Christ's sakes. Like, send him on fucking Randy Bobandy's cheeseburger picnic tour or something. Dude, God damn. Like, oh. First off, what's up with putting your pronouns in the corner? I don't get that. You want to be a chick? Be a chick. I don't care. You want to be a dude? Be a dude. But when you're like, I'm a they, them, what the fuck is that? Do you self-identify as a waffle iron? I don't fucking know. But, like, literally, I would never, like, people always ask me, they're like, what do you think of this person's review or this? This is the gauge from here on out that I give everyone. Would I buy a snowboard from them? Walk into a brick and mortar shop. Because I'm old school. I'm 40. I'm old school. I remember brick and mortars. Would I buy a snowboard from them if they started talking at me? No, I wouldn't buy a snowboard from that kid. I mean, maybe some Clearasil or something if I was a teenager. Maybe he knows where there's like a good Soylent burger, but fuck, feed that kid a goddamn cheeseburger. Jesus Christ. Okay. BW Nico. Hey, Avran, rewatched your top 5 on how you keep joints healthy. What knee sleeves, braces you recommend? I actually got to get new ones this year, so I'm in the process of looking at it. But buyabrace.com is where I go to. It's my friend Alex's dad's company. He's actually an orthopedic surgeon, so he knows what he's doing. But I try to find something that's got good compression and stabilization on the sides of my knees because that's what I need. So, yeah. I'm in the same boat. Nothing I can really recommend. Johannes Becker. Hey, do you think the Ultras are a good pair with the DOA, or should I pick up Stratas or something else? I think the Ultras will work on the DOA. I haven't ridden them yet, but everyone I've talked to is like said it's a good all-around binding for a lot of different boards. And I've got friends that literally ride the softest boards from Capita, and I got guys that ride the stiffest. And, you know, I'm taking everyone's input from it. I should be able to get on a pair probably November-ish, I'm hoping. So, yeah. Eli Chen, want to buy Anon M4 cylindrical versus a toric, which is better? It's not that one's better than the other. It's that your eye shape and the coloration in your eyes work better with one. Like cylindrical isn't going to be bad. Toric isn't going to be bad. It's a solid company, but the big thing is like the shape and the curvature of your eye. So if you can, before you buy them, if you've got a goggle shop or your local shop and you're going to buy them from them, go in, and what you do is you hold them up off your face and ask them if you can just look outside and do it. And what you do is you squeeze the side of it a little bit, just a hair. So it pushes in just a little bit, and that will cause any distortion in the middle. And then you can kind of, as you do get that distortion, you put that on, and then you can kind of see what's going on with you. But you really can't go wrong with either of them. DJ Frank, replacing pants soon, Volcom or Quicksilver? Yes, both of them. All right. Dubs, better board for Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, Ice and Crud, Lib Dynamo or GNU Rider's Choice? Personally, I would go with the Rider's Choice. C3, though. Not that C2X, the C3. I like that asymph shape, that flex pattern on it, just because if I still lived in Western New York, which is Mid-Atlantic, I would want a twin like that. I wouldn't need something like the Dynamo with that shaping. I would rather go with that because I'd be riding the pipe, riding the park, ripping groomers, riding switch half the time, buttering around. I think that's just the better choice for me personally. All right. All right. We got our boy Kiko Kamana Mana Mana Leu Allen with the super chat spin. Ooh, pick a person and they get a spin. Whew. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we got here. I feel like I'm missing something here. Okay. All right, we got one here from Justin G. Hey, Broski, would you recommend the Nitro Team or Team Pro binding with the regular Nitro Team board? You know, you're splitting hairs on that. Personally, I'd probably just go with whichever one has the better price right now. You should be able to scoop a last year Team or Team Pro for like anywhere between 30 and 50% off right now. Just ask you if you can find it in your size. You're literally splitting hairs. I mean, I think the Team Pro is just like a little bit better, but does it warrant the upgrade? Not necessarily. So look at your checkbook, bank account, and go, okay, how much do I really want to spend? But you do get a spend. Ooh, spin again. Oh, ouch. Remember to subscribe. Okay. Do. Okay, let's see what else we got here. All right, we got super chat from Drew Gallagher. Best bibs this season for Utah riding. For the love of God, spin me some stickers already. I'm fucking 0 for 9. Yeah, you are. So personally, for bibs, if you want something that not everyone's going to have, I'd go check out the L1, the high-end line stuff that they have, like their technical line. It's the stuff that Jeremy Jones actually rides from them. I like that. But you can't go wrong with the Volcom stuff as well. The Volcom bibs, plus you can find those on clearance for like $100 sometimes. So if you really like hunt around, you're going to be able to find it. So, but yeah, I'd look at L1, the Volcom stuff. Those are super, super solid. Those would be like the 686 makes a good bib too. I'd look at all that. All right, time to end the poll. God, Jesus Christ. The jumbo sticker pack's there, and if I'd had a prize, you would have won the damn prize. That's harsh. That is harsh. That is harsh. Fuck it. Send me your address. I'll give you a jumbo sticker pack. I'm cool with it. You've tried so much, and we got this. So I'll put a jumbo in the mail for you. You know the drill. Email me, info@angrysnowboarder.com. Put it in there. All right. Let's see. Okay, we got AK. Ride Zero or the GNU Rider's Choice C3. If you're looking at the GNU Rider's Choice C3, then you wouldn't be looking at the Ride Zero. You'd actually be looking at the bench warmer instead. They more match up in terms of flex, camber profile, and overall ride. The Zero is going to be softer than that GNU Rider's Choice C3. So like more comparable to the Ride Zero would be the Headspace from GNU, which has that asymmetrical side cut on there. Okay. Okay. I don't know why people are asking me about beer. I haven't fucking had a drink in like 20 years. Okay. All right. We got the Amish gangster here. Avran picked up a 155 P Seeker at 235 pounds, 10.5 boot. What's your recommendation between the rides C10 versus A10? So this is a weird thing, but the A10 actually feels more damp underfoot. And I think it's just got a thicker pad in there. It's also narrower, so you're going to get a little more lateral play. So if you're looking to like kind of drive it more on the outside of your foot when you throw your hip into the turn, I'd go with the 9. If you want something with a bigger dead spot underfoot to absorb more chatter and just like push the or power distribute it out more, that's where the C10 comes in. Really can't go wrong with either of them. Now ask yourself, do you have a wide boot? If you have a wide boot, the 10 is narrower than the A10 is narrower than the C10. All right. All right, you're going in timeout. You pushed the wrong button. Okay. Overmost had thoughts on holding overpriced garbage or expensive equipment. I don't even think it's outerwear anymore. I'm pretty sure it's a fashion brand that sells shit for like $1,000 a pop. I got a pair of Holden pants one year, and the fucking seam broke the first day. The zippers on the pockets blew by day 10. It was never quality. Like everything I experienced was never quality. Very fashion forward, but if you wanted to go fashion forward in quality, you just got L1. Like I tried to ride Holden for one season, and I think I lasted about 40 days and went right back to some old ass L1 that was held together with stapled duct tape and safety pins. For everyone that's asking me for boot recommendations, the best boot is the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. Go down to your local snowboard shop, try on some boots, talk to the guys, slap them high fives, maybe bring them some tacos. That'd be really cool of you. Let them know if you're going to buy online, but be like, hey, I know I'm going to waste your time, so here's a pizza, you know? And then after you waste their time, realize that you're probably going to get a freaking the same price by the time shipping and all that other shit comes in. So, and then buy it from your local shop. Like, seriously, the best boot's the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. I love it when people are like, this boot was not stiff for me. Well, it's a fucking $200 jib boot and you're 380 pounds. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? You watched a review from a fucking soy boy that weighed 107 pounds. He weighed 107 pounds. I've taken shits bigger than him. Ugh. So, yeah. Ugh. Yeah, go to your local shop. And you're in Utah. Some of you are in Utah. Some of you are in Colorado. If you're in Utah, go to Milo, Border Provo. Those are great shops. There's a bunch of other ones out there. There's like Cole Sport up in Park City. Shit like that. Go see them. You're in Colorado. All right. Gravity. Underground. Let's see. You got 720. Hell, go to Powder Tools and Steamboat. Ask for Curtis when he gets back on vacation. Tell him I sent you. So it's good. Nate, my Battalion Blaster highbacks yet to be ridden feel as soft as the old Her things. Is this a case of the rest of the binding being stiff enough to compensate and make them work for all mountain? Yeah, and that highback isn't as soft as a Her thing because like you could literally take a urethane and squeeze it and it would rebound. That doesn't have the rebound of the urethane in it. It's different. Like when it gets cold, it stiffens up a little bit too. Yeah. All right. Matt, looking for a couple board recommendations, riding style cliffs, pillows, backcountry booters. Go check out the All Mountain Free Ride Board top 5 list. I'll give you 5 boards plus 3 bonuses right in there. Okay. Okay. Does He-Man know you're praising me, Skeletor? Because this is funny. Skeletor says, this is one of, if not the best snowboard channel on the internet. It's not even up for debate. You rock, angry snowboarder. It's time to shred. I don't think I'm the best. I think literally the best snowboard channel on YouTube is Shred Ahead Snowboarding. I love those old guys. They make me laugh. I just love them so much. I just want to hug them. They're just so good. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Johnny Scott, spin for Philadelphia Collins. Good old Philadelphia Collins. I can hear him in the air tonight. Ooh. Oh, that's about to bounce out. Ooh, lose a turn. Oh, the Dirty Bird. I could go for a Dirty Bird cheeseburger right now. Oh, all right. Joseph Shanks. Hey, Avran, please make it stop. I can't decide between the Stratus and the K2 Passport. They seem like very similar boards. Why would you push someone towards one board over the other? Love your vids. Okay. So first off, people do not realize that the Stratus is actually just a mountain twin with a different tip shape, realistically. The Passport is stiffer. It is snappier. In my opinion, it is better to load up. It rides better on a groomer. It's got a better base finish to it. The side cut is better all the way around. The Stratus, you just get a cool looking shape and you're like, oh, that's cool. And then it funnels it out. Like the Stratus isn't a bad board by any means, but if I had to choose one, like it'd be the Passport. Like when I was giving that back to the rep, I just started looking down. I was like, you're going to tell me if you're going to sell it? And he's like, it's going to Utah to be sold. And I was like, fuck, should have bought it. Like, yeah. So personally, I would ride a Passport. Okay, we got T Turtle 11. I appreciate your review of the Ride Shadowband. Would the Nitro Team Pro binding be a good match for this board? Yes, that totally works with that board. You don't have to worry about that. Johnny Crook, have a local who wears and talks up owner operator a lot. What's their deal? Is their outerwear any good? I'll be honest, I don't like it. I think the owner wishes that it was 1993 again and lives in the past with snowboarding. I mean, it took them how many years to come out with their third line of stuff? Like, fucking A. I mean, if you want stuff that's sewn in the United States, then yeah, that's cool, I guess. Personally, I like my outerwear mass produced because it tends to have less defects in it. Stuff I've seen from them, I wasn't overly impressed. And then for the price, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'd rather go buy Patagonia. At least then I know I got a lifetime warranty on that shit. So, yeah. Yeah. Dan Kelly, hey, Avran, is the Malort thing still a thing? Unfortunately, there was a Malort shortage out here due to shipping issues. We couldn't get Malort out of Chicago. Malort is always a thing. Why are you giving people Zim jobs? Why are you giving them ice? You give them Malort because that's like dedication. You're like, hey, I love you. Now do this horrible foul shot that tastes like paint thinner and elephant piss. That's it. You know, you got to Malort people. Yeah. So, all right. Okay. Anyways, we're slowing down. So let's get your questions in if you got them. I'm going to try to answer them. Take a few more before I dip out. I got to eat some food. I got to take the dog for a walk. I got to edit videos. I got to snort some Malort. Okay. AK, what size board do you recommend for someone who's 6'2", 170 pounds, and size 8 boots? Park board, you want a 54 to 56. All mountain board, 56 to 58. Pow board, 59 to 62, depending on what make it is. Yeah. So there's that for you. All right. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. All right. And let's see. Buck Choi, is there a difference in stiffness between the Roanoke ox heel versus the old foam heel strap? Yeah, the old foam heel strap is actually slightly stiffer. One thing I've noticed, because like obviously I've got 4 pairs of black labels now, and I'm running the old foam strap. With that ox strap, it has more give in it, and over time, it starts to harden up, so it doesn't stretch as well, like with the way it's designed. And so it just ends up giving out, and then it buckles. And I disintegrated like 2 toe straps this year, completely disintegrated them with that. So I'm rolling foam personally. Yeah. So Uh, Brian Studi, hey Avran, always oogling your 32 Elite boot liner cutaways. I know you don't like 32 boots, but they're really working for me. But the liners pack out quick. Are those Elite upgrades the real deal? I mean, here's the problem with 32. The foam they use is not as good as other brands. You'd be better off than going to the Elite liner. Instead, you'd be better off going and ordering the Intuition burrito wrap liner or their snowboard liner right off the Intuition website and getting it heat molded to fit that boot versus buying another 32 one that's just going to break down. That's kind of where I'm at. Gable Stapler 19. Have you ever hit up Snowy Range in Wyoming? Thoughts? Oh my God. So ironically enough, Greg Oakley, my Nidecker and Flow rep, great dude, love him. He lives out in the Wyoming-Rado border. Like, one of our ongoing jokes is every time we see a tumbleweed, we take a photo of it. We're like, hey, I'm near your house, because he lives out in the middle of nowhere. But he's like 25 minutes from Snowy Range, and he's told me how sick it actually is. And it's like, if I ever have to go out to his house to drop something off, because it's the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Colorado, I'm going to go up there and ride it. Like, it's a resort I definitely want to go ride. But, yeah. Okay. All right. Michael Martinez got a deal on a new inbox Super Pig, but I am loving the Shadow Band. Previous boards have been the Dinosaurs Will Die Brewster and the Jones Mountain Twin. How would you compare a Super Pig to the Shadow Band? More directional, more volume shift, more power off the tail. Like, great for laying, like getting low on carves and just really zipping around the resort. It's going to float better in POW, especially at lower angle trees. But if you're looking for like more all mountain versatility, that's where the Shadow Band truthfully stands out. So, oh, yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's take a few more questions if you guys got them. Otherwise, I'm going to dip out here. Okay, we got Nate. Did you get on the new Battalion whatever? I did get on it. I haven't scheduled that review yet just because I'm trying to finish up. I've got to finish editing Rome, Rosnell, and Solomon, and I'd like to mix those in this month with reviews, and then I'm done with board reviews, and I just got to do the binding reviews. But it was 136 reviews, so I pretty much got on like a mass majority of shit. So yeah. Okay. Scroll up and see if I missed anything up here. Okay, we got Roanoke Gremlin versus Satori. Are they similar? Thinking of one or the other for the Scottish ice and agricultural conditions. So they sit in the same realm, but they ride different. There's more power out of the tail on the Gremlin than the Satori. The Satori just feels more balanced than the Gremlin. Personally, if I was riding that much ice and crust and chunder, I'd probably go with the Gremlin because I think it's going to push through that grapply, heavy, crappy snow you guys get. So, okay. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Okay, should I slay or should I flow? Jones Mercury, good binding for the LibTech Dynamo. You're solid. Why are you on YouTube? Any quick thoughts on the Party Wave Twin coming out? It's a renamed Magic Carpet. So, yeah. Michael Martinez, most underrated board at the moment. The Nerd Superposition, hands down, probably literally the most underrated, just because it's a new company and I'm the only one that has a review of it. Yeah. All right. We got Brandon with the super chat. Spin for some more stickers. Thanks for the content. All right. Pray to the altar of snowboarding. Henry, is there a good way to tell if you like canted versus non-canted bindings without trying both? Just buying my first freestyle setup, which is a huck knife, and trying to decide between Stratas or the Ultras. So go grab some cardboard, and what you want to do is basically fold it over so it's probably about that big. Put it on the outside of your foot so your foot's angled like this. Bend your knees over the toes. Make sure you're about, do this for both feet, and make sure you're about shoulder width apart, and just sit there and see if you like that feeling. Now, this is going to be way more drastic than the cantings that you would get with the binding. So that'll tell you right away and be like, okay, that's too much. Then you could just like stand on just this piece of cardboard barefoot, and you just have it like slightly angled, and then see once again. And that's going to be the best way to tell if that's something that you're interested in or not. Okay, we got Adam Kanowski. Shadow band or passport? Shadow band for all mountain freestyle. Passport for all mountain freeride. We got Adam Kanowski. Shadow band or passport? Shadow band for all mountain freestyle. Passport for all mountain freeride. Yes, they overlap to an extent, but they're both super solid. Will Doyle, does listening to Iron Maiden make you go bigger on jumps? It makes me more aggressive. Okay. Okay. Prince Duty. Intuition does make 32 proprietary lines. It's a different foam. It's a different foam. It's not the same. And that's the issue. All right. We got a super chat from Eli. Spin for stickers. Thanks for answering questions. That's what I'm here for. Spreading my knowledge wherever I go. Which is far better than spreading my demon seed. Remember to subscribe, people. Okay. Anyways, I think we're going to call it a day. I got some stuff I got to do. So thanks for tuning in, guys. There's another live stream coming Sunday night, 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You got a review tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, explain video Monday, and a review. You know, content coming always for you guys. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here, you want to support us further so I can do some cool projects for you guys, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. Check it out. If it's your thing, sign up. If it's not, no big deal. If you're looking for any links for anything I mentioned, they're always in the description of the video. So there's the cultural mystery link of the week. You want to hire me to be your personal shopper, it's there. And there's affiliate links if you feel like buying something online. Anyways, guys, it's been fun. I'll see you in another video.